SkapeGote's back on the long drive, and you're probably wondering why, considering I just played it the other night. But here's the thing. So after streaming with Ask Rob this morning and going to my mother's house to do some stuff with her, I've run out of time to record anything else and edit it. So we're doing this, but I get asked a lot to tell stories about stuff. So that's what we're going to do today, hopefully. Oh yeah, I got to pull this out, don't I? Okay, so we're just going to just roll that back. All right, just roll this back here. Okay, we're getting close. Where are we now? I can't see it. Is it back? Okay, it's back Alabama. So 50 kilometers or more while I tell a tale of woe or something. So I'm going to tell the story because people are always asking to hear stories about my life. So here we go. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Hang on a sec. We got to get rolling first before I can start telling a story. All right, there we go. We should be able to... Oh my god, I'm just revving the crap out of it and nothing's happening. These tires are so heavy. Oh my god, I don't think I can get up this hill. Okay. All right, game. Don't do this to me now. I'm a little busy to be doing this. Okay, here we go. Okay, we just got to build up a bit of steam here before we can get up this hill with these big tires on it. Okay. All right, I think we're doing it. There we go. All right, these big tires take a bit more energy to turn than the small regular-sized ones. All right, so a story. What story should we tell? What story should we tell? Okay, well, so I have this buddy of mine. I've been looking for him for years because he's taken off again. His name's Craig. And Craig is this type of person who is just like, he's a wanderer, a traveler. He does all sorts of hitchhiking and stuff suddenly. The guy is one of the most interesting human beings you've ever met, and nobody dislikes him. Back when we were teenagers, he actually had an aneurysm, and the doctor said there was a 1% chance that he was going to survive it. And then if he did survive it, there's about a 1% chance that he wouldn't have significant and massive brain damage. And he had no brain damage, and he obviously didn't die. But, okay, so Craig has got to be... There's two stories I'm going to tell. One, when he was in his coma, right before he woke up, he had a dream. And that dream was it's like really wickedly strange, and then he woke up. So he decided he was going to get a tattoo of this dream. And he tells me the dream. I'm going to get into that in a sec, don't worry. And I was just like, that is the perfect tattoo. Like, what a way to represent the fact that you had this traumatic thing happen to you, and what a way to kind of honor that thing, right? So he gets this tattoo and he shows me the artwork's fantastic. But the tattoo consists of, and you got to be ready for this, all right? It is 2 loaves of bread riding a blue pony through the desert, all right? And that's no joke, like a blue pony. While behind them is a covered wagon that's being driven by a crock pot, or a slow cooker kind of thing. And the 1 loaf of bread has been shot, but instead of bleeding, it's molding because it's bread. And he had this dream, so he has this amazing tattoo on his arm, like incredible artwork of that scene of this blue pony, 2 loaves of bread, a covered wagon, and a crock pot on his arm. And it's honestly one of the best tattoos I have ever seen. Artwork and everything else. But I'll tell you the better story. Okay, so Craig and I used to hang out a lot when we were teenagers, and we used to hitchhike a lot. It was one of Craig's main ways of getting around. And so one time we're hitchhiking. We're headed out to... God, if my mother listens to this, I'm going to get myself in trouble. I can feel it. We're hitchhiking from where I live to Montreal, and that is an incredibly long drive on a good day of about 8-10 hours. We decide to hitchhike, so we're going out, and we're hitchhiking. We got a couple of rides. We got dropped off, and we're about 2/3 of the way there, and we're at this truck stop, right? So we're at this truck stop, and out of the haze of the evening, because it was a warm night, it was a little bit foggy. This like early 80s, early to mid 80s, Lincoln Town car, just barrels into the stop and slams on his brakes and looks at us, and he gets out and he goes inside to get something. We're just waiting to thumb a ride, and he goes in and he comes out and he's like, he's got to be 75 or 80. And so, this is a funny story. So, he's like, hey, you boys looking for a ride? And my buddy, and I'm like, I'm having bad vibes on this guy. And so Craig's like, oh yeah, we can totally use a ride. And I'm like, dude, I don't think this is a good idea. He's like, oh no, it'll be fine. He's an old guy. Like, what's he going to do? So I get Craig calls shotgun. I get in the back seat of this thing, and it's packed full of magazines, like just to the point where you can't like really sit down. Like they're all in the footwells, you know? And we head off down the road. Now we're about 5 miles into this, 8 kilometers into this, 7 kilometers into this. And I'm just like sitting there, Craig and this old guy are talking, and I reach down, they're talking, and the old guy says to, oh, where are you headed? And Craig's like, oh, we're just headed to Montreal. And he's like, oh, that's great. And he's like, so you boys like to party? And Craig's like, yeah, I totally like to party. And so I get bored, and I reach down and grab one of these magazines, I pick it up, and it's an adult magazine. A male adult magazine. And so I put it on the seat, and I grab another 2 or 3 off the floor, and I'm looking at them, and they're all male adult magazines. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, you know, to each his own, whatever. And so Craig's going on, and the guy's like, yeah, why don't you we go back to my place, and we can party. And Craig's like, yeah, that'd be great. And I said, Craig, I just leaned over and I was like, Craig, this doesn't feel right. He's like, dude, just be fine. Like, this guy's being cool. He's giving us a ride. So I just passed him a handful of these magazines, and he looks down, he flips them over. Doesn't change the expression on his face. He's like, you can drop us off here. So we get out of the car, and the guy's like, you could have had a really good time, and blah, blah, blah. And he just peels out of there at 100 miles an hour. So now we're on the side of the road, like, God, what, like 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night, on the side of the road, 2/3 of the way to Montreal, waiting to get picked up by the next car. And we ended up getting picked up by a truck driver who gave us a ride. He was a real nice guy, but that's one of my really all-time favorite stories to tell people, because just the look on Craig's face, you should have seen it. It was incredible. The other good story I'm going to tell is, like I said, we hitchhiked everywhere. So we're out and about. We get picked up, and this guy in this big rig stops, you know, transport truck. He pulls in. He's like, you boys need a ride? And we're like, yeah. And he's obviously Southern American, right? So he's like, yeah, I'm just down. I'll give you boys a ride. So we're going up. We're headed down the Trans-Canada Highway. And if you can look that up if you want, but we're headed down the Trans-Canada. We're on our way, you know, having a good time. And this guy's just like, yeah, you know, he's talking. He's like, yeah, you know, I got my wife back and blah, 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 and this and that. And I don't want to give too many details in case somebody recognizes it. And he says, you boys ever think these roads might be dangerous? And I was like, oh yeah, you know, like, you got to be a little careful who you get a ride with and whatnot. And he's like, yeah, that's why I always keep this. And he pulls out like a semi-automatic 9mm, and he just puts it on the dashboard of this truck. And so Craig looks at this gun, and he looks up at this guy, and he looks down again, he looks up, and he's like, what do you need that for? And he goes, well, you know, you run into road bandits. And we're just like, what do you mean road bandits? Like, what do you have? Like, I'm so then picturing in my head this guy in this big rig having a shootout driving down the road because of road bandits. So he takes us to where we're going to go, and he drops us off, and all this and yada, yada, yada. It's all fine. And we stop at this truck stop, and he lets us off, and he stops and gets something to eat, and we talk to him for a bit more. He gets back in his truck, and he leaves. So no big deal. Nothing happened. Nothing strange. And that's fine. So we hang around for about 45 minutes after he left. We grab another ride, and we decide to keep going down the road because we're going to go somewhere else, but we decided, let's just keep going. So we get a ride with somebody else. And lo and behold, an hour and a half later into this trip, there is this same big rig pulled over. Cops got him bent over the hood of the car, and I'm pretty sure it's because he got in some sort of altercation with somebody. And this woman screaming at him from this pickup truck, and it was just really hilarious. Like, it was one of the, again, I wish I would have had a digital camera back then. If they had them back then, I would have loved to get some pictures of this stuff. It was always a fun adventure with Craig. It always was. You never had a moment of of like boredom with Craig. You know, so if anybody knows Craig, and they'll recognize him by that tattoo for sure, tell him Steve would like to say hey. It's been a while. Oh no, just slide like that. That's cool. Or you can do that. That's fine. Oh. Okay. Just keep going. Keep rolling. Oh, yes. Okay, there we go. Not that anybody will, but I'm just saying it was, okay, we're all right. We're fine. He's just literally one of these people that is one of the greatest people you've ever met. He is just one of those people. But I got dozens of stories like this. Like, I've done a lot of really weird or strange things in my lifetime, so like it's always been one of those things where if I'm not doing something that's pushing the edge of either decency or good taste, I am not a happy person. Me and this guy actually once drove, 70 kilometers at least, to a little town to find this movie we'd seen late night on the CBC, which is a television station here in Canada. And I'll tell you right now, and if you get the second to go check it out, because now I'm gonna warn you, it's a strange and off-color movie, so don't expect great anything here. And it's got an actor named Maury Chaykin in it, and anybody who's been around a lot of movies knows who that is. Paul Gross is a Canadian actor. And we used to watch this movie. It would come on the late night on the CBC. It was called Cold Comfort. Now, you can actually find this on YouTube. All right? You can actually go on YouTube and find it. It's a terrible copy, but it is there. And it's about this guy that kidnaps a guy who he finds in the ditch on a snowy day. He was driven into the ditch and has been knocked unconscious. He gives him to his daughter as a birthday present. And, like, chains him up, and like it's his daughter, his birthday gift. Oh, I'm gonna suck not stopping here, but I gotta get this video done. Oh god, there's a car in the way. Yoink. Okay, so the whole premise of this movie is this whole plot about how he gets taken and ends up being like a gift to this girl. But that's not the weirder part. So me and Craig obsessed over this movie for years. And we decided to drive, like I said, 70, 80 kilometers to this small town that had a copy at a Blockbuster. And, they're not going to let us buy it, but we thought, we could rent it. So Craig, in his typical charming way, goes up to the clerk and just starts shooting the crap about how weird this movie is. And the clerk ends up selling us the movie. Like this on a VHS tape. Like that's how like how rare this movie is, and only you can find it on a VHS tape. So he finds it on a VHS tape, and then so there's a hotel or a motel in this place that his dad did work at as a HVAC guy. Like, he did all the heating and cooling for this place. So we go there. They give us a free room because of his dad, and we end up hanging around, eating snacks, and having a couple drinks while watching this movie in this hotel room because the hotel was outdated and still had VCRs. So we ended up doing this, watching this terrible movie. But yeah, if you get a chance, go pop on the YouTubes there and look up Cold Comfort and watch that movie. It is horrendous. Now, if you're sensitive to certain topics, I wouldn't watch it. It can get pretty racy at times. But it's well worth the watch if you like weird or strange movies, or like if you're into that kind of like B movie kind of thing. It's amazing. It's one of the greatest films ever made in Canada for sure. So good, so good. But yeah, like I said, I got a lot of these stories I could tell, and I'm not going to tell anymore because I don't want to bore you guys. I'm just trying to get through this video because I have to get it rendered and out, and I've been busy all day. So I do apologize for doing this so soon again and doing it so quickly. It's just sometimes it has to be this way. Like, I like to go see my mom. I don't get to see her very much with the pandemic going on, and it's been a while since I've been over there. So, and by the time I got home, it was 8 o'clock at night, and there's no way to record, edit, render, and upload in that amount of time. And with these, I don't have to actually edit much because I can just like cut the front, cut the back, slap it together, throw it out. So that's why we're getting this. So I do apologize. It's just, you know, like sometimes I just like to make sure I get a content out for you guys. And I hope too, this morning I did a live stream with Ask Rob. And since I don't stream, it was nice to get in there and help Rob out. So if you guys get a chance, go check out Ask Rob's YouTube channel, his Twitch, ASQROB, Ask Rob. Great guy. He's just getting close to 1,000 subscribers. So if you guys could pop over there and give him a sub to get him up over that 1,000 person mark, I would greatly appreciate it. He's a real good dude. He plays great games too. He played through Far Cry 5. We were playing Human Fall Flat today, which was excellent. But you can pop over there and give the guy a little bit of love. I would certainly appreciate it. He's a great dude who deserves a lot more fandom than he has. So he's like right at the edge of being monetized on YouTube, and I'd like to push him over that edge. If we could as a community, it would be great. He's a good dude, and well worth watching too if you get a chance. There's always this almost combative side to YouTube, where everybody thinks they're fighting everybody else, and I'm trying to change that. Oh God, a little bit where we have a community of people. Oh no, there we go. Helping each other out. So, you know, if we can, and Rob is one of those people that is very good at helping others out, and I think he deserves a little bit of help from us as well. So I think we should do that. And he's a much better YouTuber than I am, by a lot. So if you guys like quality content, he's got a great channel you can go check out like right now. So do that. I'll put. I made a community post about him earlier when he started his live stream, and I was on board. So we're going to be doing that once in a while, and I'll post it in the community section when he's going to go live. Like I said, I'm not going to stream, but I'm going to jump in his stream and support him any way I can. He's a real good dude. Oh, look, a truck. Whoa. Nice. Perfect. Okay, so we're getting to the end of this at least. So sorry about the story time thing. I really just wanted to tell Craig stories because he is just a great guy. But onward and upward, you know. I'm hoping to get this done and get it out on time. We'll have to see how that goes. It'll be a stopping exactly at 50-kilometer day, which is good. But I hope you guys are doing well, man. I hope you guys are doing great. I hope you don't mind the odd episode like this where I do a little more talking, a little less playing the game, and just kind of use it as the background. Because I super appreciate every one of you who shows up and watches on the regular. So I love it. I think it's a wonderful experience to have you guys here with me on this weird YouTube adventure I've put myself on. So thank you for showing up and watching even these episodes when you do. Whoa. Next time, I've been getting harassed a lot by my admins about talking about, I used to play in a rock band, and the songs are out there somewhere in the ether. So they're always asking the name, and I won't tell anybody. And Book keeps it under wraps for me. So I'm just going to keep it there and just keep it nice and quiet. Because I was a singer in that band, believe it or not. Yeah. But I don't talk about it much. I'll tell you sometime. I'll do some stories about some of the shows we played and how crazy they got. I once got attacked by two women. God, it was a very small venue. There's only about 20 people in the whole place. But I got attacked by two women, probably in their late 50s, who had a little too much of the giggly pop and decided to, well, be handsy, let's put it that way. Yeah, while I was doing my thing, and it was really hard to get away from them when the stage is only as big as a postage stamp. So that was fun. kind of think they should have kept their hands to themselves, but hey, what do I know? You know, but hey, you know, you just gotta roll with the punches sometimes, I guess. But I got a lot of good stories about stuff like that. Yeah, like everything I've ever done has been, you know, it's got to be fun or funny, and that was my whole growing up experience. So, yes, if you don't mind story episodes once in a while, maybe I'll throw one in from time to time and just tell stories about what it's like to be SkapeGote. And tell you what it's like. And I got a lot of great stories from work about some of the most interesting people you've ever met. Weird if you want. You know, when you work in mental health, you run into some strange stuff. Like really strange stuff. It's awesome. Some people are just very, very interesting. Come on, cart, climb the hill. Don't lose all your speed now. Well, what was it? What was that? Okay, that was interesting. Okay, we're at 45 almost. So this episode went by quick, and again, I apologize. I just needed to get it out for tonight. And usually I try to make a little better quality content. But sometimes this has to be what it is if we expect to have a video out every day. Sometimes stuff gets in the way, and I really wanted to support Rob because he's such a good person in our Discord community that I really wanted to support him in his endeavors to do gaming online because he's just a good dude, and he deserves it. So if I have to do this and put out a mediocre episode from time to time to make sure I'm helping him out, I am on board. I am on board with that. Can't always be about me. Although it should be. I just want to point that out. No, I don't have an ego. I don't even know how. My least favorite person is myself. So there you go. I don't like spending time with that guy. He's always being kind of a jerk. Just the way it is. I really am trying to convince somebody to play Far Cry 6 with me co-op. That's one of my next big goals. Far Cry 6 co-op is going to be a riot because all the Far Cry co-ops are a riot. So yeah, I want to do that. I'm hoping to anyway. What are we at now? 47? 47, almost 48. Okay, there's a rock right there. I can't see it. There we go. I was hoping for the daylight. Oh, it's coming back. There we go. This is better. This is good. Yeah, we got to keep an eye on this because I don't want to go over that 50. It makes the math hard when I'm in a hurry. Oh, nice. There we go. Now we got to kind of... Uh-oh. I can't read it. I can't read it. 48.9. Okay, we got a kilometer to go here. Pulling on. This has been a good episode. I enjoyed this. I enjoyed just shooting the shit with you guys. So my favorite part about YouTube is interacting with the comment section and whatnot. I try to interact with it quite a bit. I don't always have time to do a lot of it, but I do enjoy it quite a bit. Having conversations or people make fun of me or whatever, that's fine. I don't mind. Oh no, stop! Okay, just grind to a halt. Oh, yeah, perfect. Okay, this works. Engine off, please. That's 50 in a bit. We'll call it 50. Okay, there we go. Excellent. Let's get up on the roof of the car. That way if rabbits attack, I have a little bit of a breather. Or a buffer zone, I should say. Do we see any rabbits right now? I don't. We do need to pick up a new magazine, though. At some point. I don't see any rabbits. Oh, well, that's fine. We don't mind that. This makes it safer. So I'm going to leave this episode here. So thank you for listening to me do rambling stories about my and Craig's adventures. I got plenty more. If you like this, please leave a comment. Maybe subscribe. Maybe tell your friends to subscribe. Maybe go subscribe to Ask Rob. And if you didn't like this, well, you should probably find yourself a real YouTuber because I am not much of one. Thank you again so much for watching. Love every view I get. SkapeGote. Out.